So this morning, what I am doing is actually going live to plan my day. So if you're like a working mom who sometimes feels scattered in the morning, or you want to get things done, but you just don't know how, this is how I'm able to do a lot of things. And I have a lot of stuff to do today. So that is why I thought I'd come on and just go ahead and show you actually how I do, and hopefully I'm able to do this throughout the weeks coming up and just see what's going on. But my plan is to make this a regular practice so I'm able to really get myself scheduled and not so scattered. So what I usually use is a notebook. Now I have a new planner, which is my Hobonichi Weeks for 2026. And I like this planner because it's small and it's on the go. And what I'm going to do this morning is just be here for about 15 minutes. And that's what I'm going to do. My schedule flexes. So some days I'm able to work from home. Some days I go into the clinic. By trade, I am a pediatric physical therapist. So I see patients and sometimes do evaluations and treatments on them. But what I do on my home days is I still do some work tasks and I do other tasks. Now, as we all know, the challenge at being at home is you have a lot of stuff that you can see that you have to get done. And you have to kind of focus in on what you're able to do. So this doing a brain dump in the morning for a few minutes helps me organize my task, and it helps me really get focused on what I need to do. So I like to have background music going. I like to set a little timer so I'm able to stay focused and not get off in doing a lot of things that I don't necessarily need to do. Then what I like to do is have a timer set, not have my phone on, not be distracted by any other kind of electronics or anything like that, like with emails or anything. But this is how you can help prioritize your day. First, you have to get everything out of your head onto paper. So then what you could try to do is see if what you want to do, if you have enough time for it. Because a lot of times what ends up happening is we have things that we want to do, but we overplan. We don't realize that things take us longer and we don't have enough time to get them done. Now, if you're like me, you have a lot of things on your desk. I have this notepad, which I got from the Dollar Tree, which is awesome because it actually flips over and I can write a lot of stuff in it. Currently, I do a pen test in the front because I have a lot of pens. But what I like to do is just go ahead and try to get everything down. So I know today, if you have like a sheet of paper or something you can use, you can definitely do this at the same time, because ideally we take 15 minutes, we save ourselves like 2 hours because we focus in on what we need to get done for the day. So I know I have definitely some work tasks that I have to get done, and I'll just show you this really quick so you kind of see how it works. But if I can get it out of here, because then I can just I carry this around so it has a cover. But this is my brain dump notebook, and what I do, I used to make it a little more elaborate, but not so much anymore because you just have to do what works. So I take this, and I used to actually put a sticker down and then list everything. What I didn't get done from the day before, I would write again. So hopefully that would remind me, hey, you forgot to do this, you need to do it. So that's kind of how it goes. You can kind of see it there. So what I did last week, I just made a simple list. I did not even put anything else, like a day or anything. And I use this magnet to hold the pages together. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to list everything that I have to get done. So I know today let me move this up over some. All right, so I know I have to do work task. What does that consist of? It consists of I need to do a few reports. We actually had a very busy weekend. My son is on a travel soccer team, and this resulted in us having to travel for the whole weekend, including yesterday. So we got back very late last night. So currently my brain is like, and I know I need to do a lot of things. So I need to write them down. One of the things is zone clean. So after I do my work task and get those things handled and do a few reports, I need to actually go through the house and basically unpack from what we did this weekend. And that, of course, always includes for mom's laundry. And I have 2 children that are able to wash their own clothes, but I still wear clothes every day, and so does my husband. So it's like, yay, they can do laundry, but I still have laundry. I guess potentially I could add my laundry to their laundry. That might be a win. So laundry, I need to put away luggage back. What I can't figure out is we weren't here, but when I went downstairs this morning, there's dishes. I can't figure that out. Somebody must have came and used the kitchen while we were gone. I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure I did the dishes before I left. I don't like to leave them, and I'm pretty sure I did, so I'm not sure what happened. Now, so I have my work task written down. I have reports that I have to do. I have things that I have to get unpacked. So what I like to do is try to figure out how long these things take. And I will actually carry this notebook around when I'm doing things, because sometimes stuff still comes to mind. And that is also typical, because then I think of things, and I don't know if you're like me, and it's kind of like, oh, I need to do this. I forgot about that. This needs to still happen. So I know I have a lot of things that I have to get done. And I have some schedules that I have to also take care of. So I have to go back through, add those to my calendar for the upcoming weeks. And next week, my kids have homecoming at their school. So that'll add extra events that I have to be present for, as well as get like snacks for. Because of course, what happens is, as you know, at being a midlife mom, your responsibilities change as far as being a mom, but what you have to get done seems like hopefully it would lessen, because your children are able to do more. They have more ability and more responsibility. However, your role just changes. You still have to support them, of course. You still have to schedule things for yourself, but then also for your kids, and still get things taken care of. So I think I have my big task written down, the huge things that I'm going to do is kind of put the house back together, and plan for the upcoming week and work task. I really need to do this first. So if you look at my channel, I have a few videos on there where I talk about Eat the Frog. And Eat the Frog is actually taking one task that is challenging for you, and it could be something very simple, but you keep putting it off. And it's when you do your brain dump, the next step that you could do is try to identify your Eat the Frog task. That's that task that if you get it done, you'll feel productive for the day. But it's also difficult. So like making that phone call that you keep putting off, or deciding what you're going to make for dinner, or sometimes it's something for work, like you have a deadline for work but you don't necessarily want to do the research for it, or you have to decide that you have to have a conversation with somebody and it may be difficult. That could be your Eat the Frog task. And with your Eat the Frog task, you need to do it first. That can allow you to have momentum to continue to move on and on throughout your day and accomplish more. So I recommend, after you do your brain dump and you write down your items that you're going to check off throughout the day, you go ahead and find your Eat the Frog task and you identify it. And you can do this every day. So as you continue to make it more of a practice of doing brain dumping and you don't put any restrictions on yourself, find that task that seems to call out to you, like, I don't necessarily want to do it, but I am going to do it. So we'll look at that, and I have my Eat the Frog task, the thing that I'm going to do first, and then I'll roll into my next items because I have a good amount of things to do, and I will be doing school pickup today because I have to get my youngest child from school today. My other kids have sports things going on, so they will be picked up later. So I have a little bit of time to try to get this together. And that's good. It's almost like if you have time when you do your list, it's helpful because then you take care of it. You don't forget about it. Like, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind if you do it that way. If you don't have your list, because you don't think about it. You're like going through your day with no plan. I do not recommend that. You want to be successful. You want to accomplish things, but you have no accountability. So I wanted to do this like plan with me for picking my priorities for today because we need to support each other. Midlife moms sometimes feel isolated. I know some days I am feeling like I'm all by myself out here because we have a lot on our plate. A lot of people need things from us. A lot of people are expecting us to support them, but we have to support ourselves. And part of that is taking the mental weight off and being able to move forward through your day and being able to organize and being able to know what's important. Because a lot of times the things that are in your mind, yes, they're important, but you don't necessarily have to do them today. So if you get them out of your head, you don't have to remember them. They're on your sheet. And then you can look back at it and then you can add to it as you continue to move throughout your day. So hopefully you grabbed a sheet of paper. I started about, let's see how long ago. About 13 minutes ago. So there's about 2 minutes left on my 15-minute timer, but I am done with all of my lists for today, and I can move forward with it. So what I want to do is kind of make this a regular practice where I come on when I'm able to do it and I'm working from home and I can take that time to organize, so then I can move forward with my day and be focused. Because yes, over here we're all about having that gentle mindset, taking it slow, working towards our goals, but being supportive of ourselves, kind of pulling back and having that reset when needed, but not feeling guilty about it, but also staying focused. So I will definitely see you soon. I hope this was a little bit helpful, and I will be back to do it again sometime this week. I'm going to try to do it 3 times a week, as long as my schedule allows for me to be here and be able to set up and plan. So I hope next time you grab your paper and pen and are able to continue with me and start making this a practice for yourself if you don't already do it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye.